how to set up a ridge line. I've used this for quite some time now and absolutely love this setup, but I wasn't going to ever show it because actually it's on a lot of videos out there. But really what I wanted to do is create a place where someone could come who was interested in knots, rope work, and just find a good core group of knots. And so I'm going to do this anyways, and I'll include it in that group. So first things first, here we are. Here's our working end. You'll wrap that around whatever media you're using. I'm going to try to do this as best as I can because I'm working behind the camera, but that is going to give you your best view. Here's your working end on the right. You want to give yourself some extra slack. What you want to do is lay both ends in the palm of your hand. This working end on the right, you're just going to wrap that around your fingers like so. Now what I like to do is just kind of grab both, make them a little tight, that's just me. Point this side, your fingers down, and then point them up on the other side of this piece. Now what you've got is you've got a loop right here where your fingers are, and with that same working end you're just going to take a bite pinch it and then just pull it through that loop, and then that loop will tie down tight on it. Now what we've done here is we've effectively made a quick release knot, so all I have to do is pull this and it comes out. Now you can double this up again if you want. You can take another bite, stick it through that loop, and just do the same thing. Just pull that tight on itself. And we're done. Well, almost. Now all I have to do is just pull that up against the tree. And that's going to be the first knot of your ridge line. So the knot we just tied is on the other end that way. Now what we're going to do, so we've got it tied to one end of the tree, we're going to run the other end of the line to another tree. So what we've got here is we're going to wrap it around here, but before we do that, just to give you an idea of what we're doing is this. I'm actually going to tie a knot right here, and that's going to be used so I can anchor my line and really wrench down this ridge line to get it tight. You can kind of see right now that's fairly loose, but what that anchor is going to be able to do is really tighten that up. So to tie that piece, what I generally find, and it doesn't matter which way you go around the tree, when you wrap it around, oh I don't know, maybe right here or so, just a little bit out from the tree, doesn't really matter too much. But what you have to remember, if you tie it too close to the tree, your anchor point, when you pull it, so if I tie it right here, as I pull and anchor that, your anchor point now sucks into the tree. So I generally tie it quite a ways out. So we'll go about right here. Now to tie that little anchor knot, it's very, very simple. All you're going to do is cross the loop like this, or cross the line like this. This side is going to be our working end that's going to go around the other tree. Once we've done that, take a bite from that working end, put it through, and just tighten it down like so. That's it. Now again, to tie this, untie this one, done. Now it's going to be a little more difficult than that once we put a load on it, but not too bad. Now I've got my knot right here, the anchor knot. Got it wrapped around the tree. Again, here's this working end. We'll put that right through the knot, like so. And then we're just going to do this, and that really starts to anchor down or tighten your line. Here we are. Again, we're going to just pull this to tighten. Now, just kind of give you an idea what you're looking at here. What you're going to do is you're going to come to this point and you're going to pinch this loop right here and this piece together. And then you're just going to take this, throw it over, and see how you just created a loop right here with my thumb. You're going to take a bite, and then you're going to pull back this way to cinch it down on here. And now, if I lift it up, it's going to go out of frame. Now you can see it's holding just fine. And again, you might want to put, if you want to tighten, put that loop a little smaller. Again, same thing as we did on that first knot. Take another bite, put it through, and tighten it down. And that, gentlemen, is the ridge line. Right on. I've got Trout behind the camera giving me a hand here. This is so much easier to do it this way. Wanted to show you guys how easy this comes apart. Here's this part you're working in. You're just going to pull that, and those came right undone. That comes right outside there. Now this one, so if I pull this all the way, now I just pull this apart. Now it has a little bit of a load on it, so this is going to be a little bit tight. That comes undone. And here is the other side again. Pull this, and it's done.